Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. Welcome today to yet another double unboxing. Today it is two watches by the same brand, that brand being San Martin. No, monsieur, c'est San Martin. Amigo, es San Martin. San Mark. Look, don't ask me how you pronounce it. If you want something pronounced correctly, you certainly don't ask a Scotsman. Take Sean Connery, for example. Here he is playing an Irish-American policeman.
If you open the ball on these people, Mr. Nash, you must be prepared to go all the way.
And here he is playing a Lithuanian submarine captain.
What gives you the right to fire on my ship?
And finally, a Spanish immortal.
When only a few of us are left, we will feel an irresistible pull towards a faraway land.
Yeah, it's just Sean Connery being Sean Connery in all of them. So as far as I'm concerned, it's San Martin. Now, you saw the pop-up, I'm sure. This video is sponsored by the SM official store on AliExpress. That's the links I'll leave in the description of the video. Therefore, they got in touch with me and offered me their Explorer, Vintage Explorer style watch. And I said, oh, very nice. Do you have a restock of the Tudor-esque one as well? So they sent me the two. Now, I reckon San Martin are the best of the AliExpress brands, sitting pretty much head and shoulders above everything else. But once you cross north of $200 US, there are certainly no shortage of brands out there for your dollar, offering more original products as well. That's something I'll talk about over the course of the video. But in the meantime, let's flip the camera and peel off some stickers. All right, unsurprisingly, two identical looking boxes here. Now, I have had a sneak peek inside them because I want to open them in a specific order today. I want to have a look at the vintage Rolex style one first here, the Explorer style. I reckon if a 6610 reference from the late 1950s, early 1960s had a baby with a 214270 reference that just discontinued 39mm, that would be pretty much what we've got inside the box. Retro looks, but more contemporary styling at 39mm. Let's open it up. Worth noting that you do get an instruction manual, a little card here, and a proper stamped and dated 2-year warranty card with San Martin. You also get a NATO strap, but I'm not a massive fan of these, so it will probably stay in the cellophane. And there is the watch. You can see what I mean, I'm sure. It's got the classic Explorer 3, 6, 9 and the triangle at 12, but clearly they have gone for 14er here. But they've also gone for a familiar looking case size, case shape with 39mm. Let's peel off the plentiful stickers that have been protecting this one in transit. Clasp sticker for us to enjoy. And plenty of cellophane covering the head of the watch as well. And there it is. Let's give it a wind, get it sized up, take some measurements and come back in a second. All right, I'm back and I must say this thing is lovely. It is very, very nice. These are $250 USD. I'll obviously leave a link in the description of the video as mentioned. I got to spend an extended period of time with Mr. X's 214270 reference Explorer a couple of years ago. It was kind of middle of 2019 and it was a watch that I loved. The only thing I really complained about in the review video was the price. So this one, not quite as expensive. Very similar in terms of dimensions. It's a 39mm. 12.7mm thick, but a couple of those millimeters come from a piece of really nice bubbled sapphire crystal. 47mm lug-to-lug, 20mm lug width. Now there is plenty of taper down to 15.5, back up to 18.5 at the clasp. The clasp is perhaps a mil wider than I would have liked it to have been. It's a proper mil clasp, thick and chunky, maybe just a bit too thick and chunky. 100 meters of water resistance, screw down crown, 316L. A real go anywhere, do anything. Watch this one. Let's get it on wrist and I'll talk about the only things that I can see as being potential negatives. That's it on wrist. I've got a 7-inch wrist for your reference and this thing wears just magnificently. Very, very nice indeed. Nicely balanced as well despite that slightly big clasp. Weighs in at 129 grams. Now that is within 2 or 3 grams of where that 214270 was when I measured it up, when I took its dimensions and so on a couple of years ago. So what are the potential negatives? Well, it's a homage and certain people just not into homages. I think people generally are more forgiving of a watch that is genuinely homaging an out of date, a kind of long gone model. 6610, like I said, that's where this one gets its looks, but very much the sizing and the way it wears is so similar to the just discontinued 39mm model. The only other issue I have with this one at first inspection anyway is the branding. The clasp has the new San Martin hexagon. The dial, you can get that San Martin hexagon, but might it look a bit modern with that Fotina, the kind of yellow tones and the vintage dial style layout. This kind of San Martin script there, I'm not a massive fan, and it's in a different colour, so there's a bit of a clash there. If it had been yellow, I think I would have been better with it. You can get a custom logo, you can get your name or your dog's name or whatever on the dial instead. I'm not sure that's going to look amazing. You can get it just sterile though, just plain, no San Martin, no automatic 100 meters. Maybe that would actually be the way to go with this one. But overall, just gorgeous, wears a treat. You can expect a full review of this one at some point in the near future. On to San Martin number 2 then. Now this one, Tudor-esque, like I said, but it kind of splits the difference in terms of sizing between a couple of different Tudor references. As I'll talk about, there it is. Definitely got that heritage look. I guess it's sized as a 40, I believe. I will verify on the calipers in just a second. That fits somewhere in between the Black Bay 41 and the Black Bay 58, which is 39. If you see what I mean, let's peel off some stickers. Now, before I get too excited and tear off this plastic, there is the letter P on the back. Could be a D. I suspect they've sent me the one with the PT5000, which is a Chinese-made ETA 2824 clone. I'll never know unless I take the case back off. I'll take the case back off for the full review. You can either get this one with the PT5000 for just over 300 or with a Sellita SW200 for mid-4s, I think, which takes it into a bit of a different price bracket again. Let's carry on with the sticker peeling and I'll talk about that later. Let's do the clasp sticker. And the head of the watch. Yeah, very nice indeed, this one. Again, one little case back sticker as well to peel. Like I said, I think that P stands for PT5000, but I'll double check for the full review. It would make sense if they'd sent me the cheap one though, wouldn't it? All right, I'm back, although I must admit that took me a little longer than I was anticipating it would. It's a proper 5-link dual screw rivet style bracelet. So you need 2 screwdrivers. You need 1 screwdriver at either side. You need to lay it on a flat surface, and it's a pain in the to be honest. I removed 2 links, by the way. So if you have a wrist larger than mine, you should still be accommodated. In theory, you only need to do that once though, and it is a very nice, very secure way of holding the thing together. So this one, certainly Tudor-esque here. Definitely has the same colour tones, and it has the snowflake handset as well. I measure it at 40.7mm in diameter. It's actually 11.7mm thick. The benefits of moving away from an NH35 onto a SW200 or a PT5000, whichever it may be, is that it's a slimmer movement. 48 lug-to-lug, 20mm lug width, tapering down to about 17.5, and it is the same clasp, so 18.5 at the clasp. Sized up for me, this one, 143, so pretty much where you'd expect an all stainless steel watch of this nature to be weight-wise anyway. And it has a heap of wrist presence, this watch. I think you can both see and feel that extra millimetre or 0.7mm. As it is, I think it's also got quite broad shoulders, this one. Nice kind of taper down towards those lugs, but yeah, you can see and feel the extra difference. One thing it has got though is inverted mid-links of the end link, so it will conform to smaller wrists. Same as the Explorer style, it also had inverted mid-links of the end links too. But overall, very nice, high quality. You cannot fault San Martin for quality, like I said. Only negatives I can see with this one is if you do opt for the Sellita, you're pushing towards $500. And I think there are a lot of original options out there for $500 from the likes of Seiko and Orient and entry-level Swatch Group products. And the bezel on this one, the action's okay. Nice and snicky, a little bit of back bounce, but it's sharp. It's a coin edge bezel, but that is a pretty sharp edge. One thing I complained about their Water Ghost, their Submariner look-alike, was that it was sharp in a lot of different places, including the bezel. This one not as sharp as that was, but yeah, that's going to catch on things, that's going to move when you don't want it to, and also not exactly luxurious if I'm complaining about things being overly sharp, is it? So that will do for today. This is only a unboxing and initial impressions type video anyway, and initial impressions are very good. Saint Martin really know how to make a watch. They don't know how to design a watch though, clearly. Not much originality on display. That one though is just lovely. Really wears very well. This one, couple of misgivings, particularly if it is the Sellita version in the mid-fours, but in mid-fours, it's still a quality watch for that price. So there you have it. Well done for making it all the way to the back end of the video. If you want the Rolex Explorer look without the Rolex Explorer price tag, why not check out the Smith's Everest that I reviewed last year, or the Tissell equivalent. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon.